We have pictures of him there, big carrots and stuff. We got to check out. Oh, kind of dangerous to have photos.
Close enough.
Close enough. Okay, so we can be open, everybody rise and pledge, and then Maine Sandy,
Please, represent the leader. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray real quick. Father, again, we thank you for the opportunity to serve here on the council. And we pray, Lord, that we do the business of the city, that we bring your way all the honor to those who give us this privilege to serve in the last mighty
Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The agenda was posted on Friday, July 24th.
Thank you. Mr. Walker, any executive session?
No, nothing to report out of closed session.
General public comments. The public may address the city council on any item that does not appear on the agenda of this meeting within the review of the city council. We are in public comments.
Can we go ahead? Yeah, you need to introduce yourself.
State your name and. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Chuck Julian, the Chriscom Company, and I'm here with you in the short message. Just very happy to be here. We are continuing to monitor Sacramento and try to obtain some of the funds we've been asked to go after. And we'll have some news, hopefully good news, in August when the legislature gets back together and figures all that stuff out. In the meantime, we've been working hard on the federal side as well. And they are going to be recessing fairly soon. We're going to keep track of all the new members that are going to be both in DC and in Sacramento. That's their job in itself. I won't make any predictions. We're not to do that. But at the end of the day, we are continuing to look for grants. We have 3 right now that we're working on. And we're working on the wildfire safety grant. That's about $25,000. That will be, that one was completed. We'll know if we receive those funds by September. There's the fire prevention safety grant. That's $95,000. And that one will be announced in late August or through late September is when we'll know if we receive those funds. The heat resilience grant, it is a big grant. It's $4.5 million. There was a pre-application process that we had to work through, and we did that. And it went well, and now that will be due, the official grant, in October, early October. October 13th is the date right now. That could change. So we continue to work on those and keep up with what's going on in Holtville. And we're here to answer any questions, or feel free to call us and let us know what we need to do.
Just a comment for that. Heat resilient. I mean, we certainly have a resilient heat. How that monitor?
You know, great question. I can't really answer that, but there, a lot of people are affected by the heat. And when you look at the grant, if we don't get that or some money, I'd be amazed because there aren't many towns in California that put up with what, we do here. I didn't wear socks today because I just didn't want to. And no, you're absolutely right. It's a good comment. And what we can do is, we can take, I'll get a few little bullet points that the grant is looking for, and we'll send those to the city manager so you guys can all take a look at it. And if you have anything very specific on that you want us to add to it, or because we did the pre-application, we'd be happy to incorporate something like that in.
Just for your education, that's something that we're working on for the public safety building, that there would be some enhancements to the construction to be more heat resilient, and because it's also going to serve as a cooling center.
Station.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that, absolutely, that's, gotta be a big part of that.
Because how many community centers do we have in Holtville right now? That three at City Hall, the library, and
But then the churches are overflow too. There's a couple of the
what's
churches.
the other one? It's a news.
Do we have the most quoted stations in comparison to other cities?
For our size, yes. But the central, the bigger cities have a lot.
Okay.
Because they're looking at people who don't drive, so they set them up
Like as they're getting on.
close to the apartments. When the event assembly does go, to the food center, we're told to notify us and we'll just make sure and not, give you
Thank you very much.
Any other public comment? Please.
Good afternoon, Stacy Richard, 854 Cedar Avenue. I just have a few comments. One is, the trash is out here on Fridays. Why are they not empty? I've come out here many times, we know that there's, parties during the weekends, and I've had a party out here during the weekend, that I've literally had to dump the trash myself, because they were just full. And if you know the weekend's coming up, the trash is going to get up there. So, and I came by the other day, and there was so much trash just littered all throughout there. It was quite a gazebo, and my next comment is, I know that I know that the residents are required, they are the ones that are responsible for replacing sidewalks in front of their homes. Whose responsibility is it for the sidewalks in the corners, for the wheelchair ramps or the pedestrian? Because I know my neighbor, he was in his little motorized wheelchair, and he actually, happened in front of the fire department a couple months ago, he took over and was trying to get back one of the ramps. So that is a big safety hazard for the rest of the city. And it's just, but I did have one question that Chief Sullivan would so. Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. Anybody else with public comment? George, tell me
Okay. Well, I am back a little faster than normal, but that's because we actually have some very exciting news. Yes, okay. In case you're curious, just go to, what is it, the Imperial Valley Magazine. I've even turned into a cartoon. But I have the most beautiful white teeth. Thank you so much to the cartoonist who did that for us. But Laura Gixel, your representative to the Imperial Valley Health Care District. And on Thursday night, I was not there, but I was watching, and my amazing team of fellow members of the board voted to accept the bondholders back and forth. So we now have an agreement with the bondholder to transfer the bond to IDHD. So that gave them the ability to pass an extension on our asset transfer agreement with the city of El Centro and El Centro Regional Medical Center, which is either going to go through December 31st or October 31st. The caveat to that is El Centro Regional and the city of El Centro both have to agree to the extension. As it was written, it was for a year, and it's hard to believe, we've been working on this for a year, but the year is up on August 1st. But since we have the consent from the bondholder, it's pretty exciting. So we are really hoping for an October 15th closing date if all goes well. And if all goes well, it could be sooner than that, but we need to make sure that we give ourselves time to be closed and not keep telling people it's coming, and find out. But pretty much, yeah, there's a few things that have to be done because it's taken so long as far as some of the title reports and things like that, just the nitty gritty. But at this point, we were all doing a little small happy dance because it has been really, yeah. It just has been what it's been. And now we can all breathe a little sigh of relief and get down to the business of putting ourselves together. Of course, the other news that I think is, for me, it's kind of exciting because I feel like your average homeowner will have the opportunity for less than $10 a month to support healthcare advancement in this valley. But I know there are some people that are not too excited about that, but we did get our measure is going to be on the ballot for the funding mechanism, which is $111 per parcel. So if you have more than one parcel, then, obviously you're going to pay more than $111 a year. Personally, that was me, and I am happy to do it because I can see that we have some really exciting things coming where we're not only bolstering what we have, but we can bring more in. We have our CEO from Central has so many ideas to kind of attract physicians, try to have a residency program on Kaplan that's been in pioneers for a while to try and get it up and running. So I think we're finally getting through the trudge to where we can get excited about what we can actually do as a combined district. But we will have the measure on the ballot in November, so hopefully you all will support that. And if you have any questions, thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Any questions from council?
What defines a parcel?
Well, basically a parcel is a parcel. So each little parcel has a number.
So my property line, as opposed to the guy who owns 2 acres out in the country, it's all one parcel?
Yes. So it's all how it's divided up. And I know we've gotten a lot of, I don't know, heat in some respect, but that was actually within the confines of the law of what we kind of a healthcare district do. Because the other thing that was brought up was like the sales tax possibility, but apparently that's not something that we can do. A city and county, by the municipality, can affect that. But a special district like a healthcare district, from what we understand, so rather than try and do a sliding scale that gets super complicated and hard to explain, we opted for the flat 111 per parcel. And there are some exclusions too, which I don't understand. Maybe Steve does, or the election department, as far as some other parcels, so to speak, that are excluded from it, like possibly government agencies or something. That don't quote me on that, because I'm still learning. So it is just a flat 111 per parcel.
And are there board members that are up for, I guess, election, because it wouldn't be re-election in November?
Yes, there's actually 4. El Centro Valley and Calexico seats are up. And then it's kind of a weird thing because the seat that the tribe occupied, which is actually in my district, is up for election, but it's a 2-year term to finish out his appointed term. And then in 2 years, in 2028, whoever runs for and gets that seat will be up against me, because then we'll both run. And right at the moment, I've been trying to figure out what district that we mapped out isn't currently, has a person in it yet. Because somewhere out there's a district that doesn't have one, but I have to go back and study the maps. And that's if I decide I want to run against whoever it is in 2 years. But,
It's like fun.
well, yeah, we're finally getting to the fun part, so I don't know. I
She went
may.
to the top one. She did.
Was it becoming an elected position? Is there a stipend that goes along with it?
And we currently are operating under the bylaws that we took over from Raleigh, so the stipend is $100 a meeting, and I think there's a cap on that.
But initially there wasn't, right?
No, initially, until we actually took over PNH, And then when we actually became a successor agency for PMH and we took on their bylaws, then we actually took over what their board was getting. So that's how we came up with that amount. But it's $100 per meeting and there's a cap of like 20 meetings per month. But up until that point, no, it was all a lot of time and energy for just thinking. And even at that, I mean, it's still a lot of time and work and energy for what it'll be good for. But it's worth it. I'm not gonna tell you. Because we're there. It's kind of like having the baby. It's like we're at the point where we almost have the baby. So it'll all be worth it.
Thank you, Laura.
Thanks.
Thank you. And if you have a chance to travel, see how we check out the cartoons.
Any other public comment? Seeing none, hearing none. We'll go to the consent agenda. The items on the consent agenda can be approved without comment. Should any council member or member of the public wish to discuss any item, you may request that the item be removed from the consent agenda based on the new business agenda. We have two items, approval of the minutes from the regular meeting of Monday, July 13th, 2026. And current demands 49521 to 49576.
Approval of the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
There's a motion and second. Roll call.
Mike Goodstill,
Yes.
Marie Anderson,
Yes.
Vanessa Ramirez,
Yes.
and Mike Pacheco.
Yes. Passes 4-0. Next item is report of officers, commissions, committees, and meetings. We'll start off with our city clerk, Vanessa. I mean, Yvette.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So at the time, we've had 4 applications pulled for the November election. And that due date is coming up soon. For the deadline is August 7th. That's it for me right now. Thank you.
Thank you. I was gonna call you Pete, but Mr. Wells.
I'd be honored. Just a couple of things I'll mention. Had a meeting with Caltrans regarding an issue with sidewalks on Fifth Street and 88 curb ramp. So trying to get through the issues with that. And had some interviews with some folks, potential employees, and then we had the first kickoff meeting for the 2076 time capsule process. Also, just brief mention some stuff coming up. I'll be out of town for a week starting Wednesday, and then the NAF luncheon when I get back on week 5. I think you're set to go to that too. So we'll see you there. That's all I have for now.
Okay. Mr. Walker.
Nothing to report, Mr. Mayor.
I have been enjoying the last 2 weeks left before school starts with those. And aside from that, I also did attend the 2026 time capsule meeting.
76.
Oh, yeah, it's for 2076. Yeah, you're right. That's when we will open it in 50 years.
You will open.
I hope I will be healthy and mobile enough to open it in 50 years.
George will not be there.
We have identified individuals in our community that we think would be
I like your guys'
a great asset to our committee. You guys are invited. Our next meeting is this Wednesday at 10. Yeah, Wednesday at 10. For those of you who are able to attend, feel free. Yeah, I did. That's why I'm laughing. I didn't even need to get to work. Yeah, I just did.
You felt it.
I felt it. So, I'm excited. It should be a good turnout. We have some good ideas, and I think if you guys want updates if you're unable to make it. I also will be attending I'll be attending the meeting with IAB. I did RFP for that luncheon for, is it elected officials or just leadership, that's it.
Yeah, it's leadership. So
Yeah, I'll be there on the 3rd.
Is she the only one there?
good to-
Oh, good.
There could be three of us, we got to keep the
Sorry,
three
again.
Oh.
No, that's right.
Okay, I didn't know you guys were making it. So that's the update I have.
Is it a committee
It
for
is
the
a committee.
2076?
It is a committee.
Who might be on the committee?
So it's myself, Yvette, Haley. Haley was supposed to reach out to George, our chief. And we have 2 individuals from the school district that we are hoping will help us out. That's CJ Johnston and Rico Ponce. And I mean, if we see that others are maybe not what we're gonna want to.
Good job.
Are you guys going to be doing a plaque like you did for this one?
That's the plan. So that one was in our Tetikon. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like all
Yeah.
beat up, but I think we're gonna bury the next one. So it'll be a little different and hopefully larger in size, so we can put more items in it.
Okay.
Do you have experience with time
Well,
capsules?
well, a little bit, but also with, so you would have a plaque on it, right? Where
Right.
you put it, and maybe we can help with that. We'd be happy to do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It's too bad you weren't here when we opened it.
I know, that's pretty cool.
It was very, very reminiscent of like the Sandlot and, you know, that small town with fireworks. It was a pretty awesome
And the
event.
band was incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, the band, that's
Yeah,
right.
thanks for them.
Are there intentions to implode this Tetikon or whatever? No?
And clothes like,
Would you like to, or?
No, like put some explosives.
no.
Why not?
Why?
They do that to hotels and stuff when they go up.
We want it, we would like to preserve it. The plan right now is to put it in front, somewhere in front of it. Bury it somewhere in front of it.
But we're gonna keep that.
Yeah.
So
You don't like
Vanessa,
it?
it sounds like you're gonna have a committee member.
Yes, you're welcome to
Well,
join.
well, okay. What
We
time?
actually haven't decided on what our budget is yet, so maybe you can help us out with that.
Okay.
We're meeting on Wednesday at 10 a.m. You're welcome to phone in.
What day?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah, in 2 days.
Well, there's gonna be a Zoom option.
We can,
There
I'm
will
sure
be
we
now.
I'm sure we can make it, right?
Looks like.
Thank you. You'll do a good job, Vanessa.
Thank you, Janet. I'll do my best.
Mr. Anderson?
I don't have anything to report us tonight.
I attended yesterday, earlier today, the airport land use commission, you know, we got the new, habitability plan, so there was a training today for a couple of hours, Zoom. Anyone interested in trying to put some projects on the hour, doing in the airport. That's pretty good. I've had the training before when we first did it, but there's a lot of new people on the commission. And we use it. I'll be seeing Sky folks here in the first week of August again. You know, exciting news coming back from Vegas. One of the good people, I don't know, the life might be up, but I'll be up there passing Savior. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Mr. Morris.
Did my calibrations the other day at 184.
We all know. We all know.
184.
The weather will be nicer than today.
Mr. Mayor, council members, a couple of things. You guys got back last week for the rock fire. The fire located south of Bishop on the 395. Since then, we've had a couple of road fires in the area, but they'll be mountains. We can't get to those. So we have a hot shot people doing that. But again, this heat warning and red flag warnings, you can go anywhere. So I know right now, state of Oregon is on fire. It's like, wow. So we'll see.
So the country is Spain and France.
Yes, we'll go there. Yeah, figure out.
I'll go help you.
All right. We also had 4 cadets just pass our academy, and all 4 have graduated from the recent IBC academy. So they were very well trained, eager to get to work. Mr. Gupta and Nathan, will be continuing here, so young and eager. One's 19, one's 20, one's 21. Very young. Talking about the weather, the meetings I've been going to lately, they're saying that El Nino's going to hit us, and hit us hard. But they're projecting it to be further down in September. So we're already preparing, we got some sandbags ready, we're going to need them, and we got some sand coming in tomorrow, so we'll be ready. And just so you put it on your calendar, the 9/11 gala, it's the it's the safety officer ceremony, which will be on October 10th at the fairgrounds. Last year, it was the great event. It's the long gown event for the ladies. And it's really nice, beautiful gala. So it's in the calendar now. And on the beginning of July, we had two gentlemen that got stung by bees. First gentleman, we got a call out northeast of town. He got stung well over 200 times by bees. And we got called out there and pulled up. It was the vehicles. See one guy get out of his vehicle. So I get out to see what's going on, and I got stung 62 times. So both of us ended up in the hospital. And we were okay with the gentleman. His blood pressure dropped to dangerous conditions, so he was going out to San Diego. And when I checked on him, he was doing fine. So, but he was never got stung by 62 bees.
How does one count?
Because they took pictures.
So they counted the spot?
The spot there.
Oh, wow.
He got stung over 200.
So where was the nest, like?
So there was a nest out there on the north, on the Berkshire, the Hartshorn, and he hit a tractor, and the tractor upset him. So they got him. He ran out of the tractor, go to.
He was inside the tractor?
And held the windows. So they knocked him out. And they came after me, they got in my truck, and we tried to get out, and they were still coming after a little mad. They must have been after me. It was adventure. And it dropped some blood pressure. So first I got like, oh, my blood pressure's pretty good. And they kept dropping it. And that's where the effects of
And it was just you, or was it any others?
No, so when I got out of the truck, I told the guys to stay in the truck. And they would see me attack and come and stay. So I don't have 3 of us for that. And we all backed up and we got the ambulance and just knew what was done.
62?
Yeah.
I haven't been stung by anything yet.
Yeah. Well, now they give me an EpiPen, but I didn't get it. I did feel like a strip. I checked on him last week and he's doing well. So that's all. I'm just getting questions.
Any questions for Chief? For myself, the only thing that the event that I attended was the Jeff Rosales luncheon that we had in Imperial last week. Very interesting. Sent some information to the council and to city manager to follow up. Other than that, that was it. Item 2, unfinished business. We have none. Under new business, we got 4 items. Discussion related action to adopt resolution 26-19, amending the fiscal year 26-27 budget, approving additional personnel expenditures to the finance department. Mr. Wells.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As you are all kind of aware from recent discussions, we kind of cycled through since I left the position of finance manager in 2014. We have not filled that position. We've cycled through finance supervisors, I believe 6 since I took this position.
It's tough to replace greatness.
That's what it is. See, thank you, Mayor.
I recognize it.
I was gonna kind of.
Oh, you went a different route.
That's good. That's the antithesis there. But in any case, it became increasingly harder for me to cover that position, and so we had some discussions. I brought it to the council that we had an opportunity to kind of move the professionalism level up. We reopened that position. We won't go into details about specifics, but the first thing that needs to happen is to reopen that position and fund it because it was not funded in the budget. So I'm going to go ahead and move that to the council, and assuming that's your position, then we can fund that position and then find a way to fill it.
Thank you, Mr. Wells. Council?
So, Mr. Nick, we've had, I've been on council for 6 years, and we've had 4 finance supervisors probably. If we do this and we put it out, not necessarily to bid, but to advertise and look for a manager, will that give us more stability, do you think? Is that?
Well, there's nothing to say that, given each one of the situations of the people that have been here more than a short amount of time, the first guy wanted more money, and that was not going to be available. The second person had young children and wanted them to, so, different circumstances. And so I don't, I hope that everybody that's come through, had it not been for external things, they would have stuck around. I think the same is going to be true for that position. Certainly, when you get a higher level of professionalism, people get a little more settled in their careers. Unfortunately, I don't think even what we're talking about with this isn't necessarily commensurate with what people, top level finance people, are making. So it would be the hope. We've got a candidate that's kind of expressed an interest and sticking around for a while, so that would be the hope. But I don't think in and of itself the change is going to make that.
Any other questions for Mr. Wells? It's not so much a question, but once we create this, it's not a new position, but because you like this position, then we'll apply for a period of time, canvass the area, and okay?
If that's the will of the council, then that's what we'll do.
Talk to the council and give them direction.
Got comfortable with it going out and then,
Okay.
you making that decision.
And in that case, then I would move for adoption of resolution 2619, amending the fiscal year 2026, 27, budget, approving additional personal expenditure in the finance department. Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We need a second roll call?
Mike Goodsill,
Yes.
Marie Anderson,
Yes.
Vanessa Ramirez,
Yes.
and Mike Pacheco.
Yes. So item passes. Item 2, discussion related adopt resolution 46-20, approving a water enterprise to replace an industrial air compressor unit at the water treatment plant. So, well,
Thank you. So I was approached by Josh Asuna, who runs the water plant, and essentially what's happening is, a lot of what happens at the water plant is run on an air compressor. We currently have 2 air compressors, neither of which is sufficient to run the things that we're doing. One of the things is we had a compressor that we were using on top of the tanks, and as you may recall, a couple of years ago, we, as part of our refurbishment of the water plant, we put in some stirring mechanisms. Those do run off of compressed air, and they're not quite enough. What we have isn't quite enough to handle that. The other compressor that we have, we basically had to kind of hide. It's not they can't get it to pass pass the ABCD requirements and whatnot. That needs to be replaced no matter. So they really need an upgrade as to what we have. And a lot of it comes out of the refurbishment that we did the plant a couple of years ago. I asked Josh to go out and get other quotes. He did kind of look around and said he was really focused on this brand because they've done a lot of work with Ingersoll Rand and they've had a lot of luck with it. But he did go out and see some other things, and he just verbally told me that everything was 10 to 30% more for the pricing than what he got direct from the manufacturer of Ingersoll Rand. So he has done his due diligence, and Josh, I think, is following in his dad's footsteps, is trying to do things as efficiently as possible. And so I'm thinking that this is the best course of action.
One thing I noticed on the proposal, Nick, is that they have the city of Holtville on 184th Street.
Calexico,
California.
I saw
So,
yeah.
Probably need to change that. But I see the wrong city.
The ship.
I did notice that as well.
I assume that was like their address.
Yeah. No, they're in San Diego, so yeah. Well, we'll get that.
Would they be doing the installation or our guys?
No, our guys are going to do the installation. I talked to Josh about it. He said that it's not that difficult. He said there may be, if there's anything a little tricky with the electricity, we've got a guy that comes out, Eric Baum. He does all of our work with all of the automation stuff, and he's out fairly frequently, and he's an electrician, so we can help with that.
He did give him kudos on his report. He did a really good job.
My only request would have been to show us the other proposals and how much they were. Even if it's 1 sheet of paper, I get it, but
yeah,
give me something to verify it.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I got the stuff on Thursday, and he was out on vacation on Friday, so there was nothing I could do at that point.
Any additional questions? Mr. Wells?
I have none.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2622. Approving a water enterprise expenditure to replace the industrial air compressor unit at the water treatment.
So we have a motion, we have a second. I'll second the motion. So we have a second, roll call.
Mike Goodso,
Yes.
Murray Anderson,
I'm gonna say no, because I'd like to see the other quote. So I'm gonna say no.
Vanessa Ramirez,
Yes.
and Mike Pacheco.
Yes. Passes 3-1. So our next item under new business is a discussion we need action regarding the city participation in the Hill Valley 9/11 Stair Climb event. Mr. Wells.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We didn't put together a report for this. I think I wanted, I know that they were going to come and talk to us. They usually want to come and have a little conversation. But I did want to have, I think there was some trepidation last time around about whether we should have financial participation in that or not. And so I don't really relish having the people come and talk to us and then have the conversation right in front of them. So I wanted to see if you all wanted to have that conversation, if you want to have minimal participation again financially, or if you want to.
What did we do last year?
I think there were there were like 4 levels, and we were the second level up, and it was it was 400.
It's like 433, I think.
433 sounds about right. And I think that corresponds to the number of firefighters killed or something like that in 9/11. But again, I think this is not a specific, I guess, just the overall feeling of whether we wanted to participate in that again or not. And that was a discussion I wanted us to have offline. The last couple of years we've done the 433 or whatever that number was. and whether we want to do that again or pass and kind of exit that. I will say, I think that there is that part of the discussion last time was that they were building the memorial with each one of the city's logos on it. And that was one of the reasons we decided to continue to participate. And I mean, maybe we need to hear from Robert Apparato or his acolyte or whoever that came last time about that. But I was going to open it up before we had that conversation with them.
So you're talking about that building like a permanent wall, right, with the city's logos or seals?
I believe it's a little monument rotunda thing.
Yeah, it's.
A permanent one?
Yes.
It's a permanent one at the fairgrounds. There is some pictures online at the ID Management Research Company. There's pictures in it. I don't know at what percentage they're at right now, but as they mentioned a while ago, is that every year that passes, the cost goes up. So.
Are we on that committee? Is anybody there representing the city hall? Are you on that?
I wasn't at the committee, but they started having meetings.
Okay.
So I just texted with fun.
I just feel, I feel like if we can't support everybody, I don't think we should support anybody. That's a good idea. Money is tight. But I don't know, I mean, like, do we keep giving them money every year just so we can put our logo on there?
What they had in the past was that they were taking money and were sending it back to New York. And about 3 years ago, they decided to build a monument here. And so the money goes to the monument now. It doesn't go to New York.
To build that.
To build a monument.
Well, follow up on that is there an expectation of continued payment for us to get on that money?
That's a rough time.
Well, I'm not inclined to withdraw money in the 25th anniversary. And that maybe going forward, it might be good to consider whether this is something we want to continue. Since this is the 25th year, I'd be confident to get over the past.
I guess one of the things that, and I apologize, we kind of got to the end of last week and I didn't have time to put stuff there, but maybe if you wanted to make a motion that we do something commensurate with what we've done the last couple of years and see how that works with everybody else or whatever, that's.
Why don't I,
Just a 1 year, I'm not
Yeah.
for the ongoing.
I tend to lean towards Vanessa. We don't really support or financially sponsor really anything else. It's like the one thing, why do we do this one thing? What's the ROI on it? What are we getting out of it?
Yeah, no. And I mean, we've had this discussion when we talked about the high school and, you know, do we put an ad in the football program and, you know, the Tribune calls, which is not even the Tribune anymore, calls us all the time like, hey, you want to put in a administrative professionals ad, you know, or whatever, and what's the ROI for that? It's nothing.
Well, and that's the thing, like, I would love to support, our organizations here in town if we can. I feel like we should prioritize that. I know 9/11 is, we all went through it. It was a horrific tragedy that we all experienced, but to sponsor this event every year is kind of, I don't know, I'm not very comfortable with it.
Does this need to be voted today?
It doesn't need to be.
No, I think, my personal thing, I think they need to come and do a presentation to us. Because those donations may have gone up, but they don't know about it.
Yeah.
I saw this.
Yeah, it's each one is a certain thing.
Each one signifies something. There's a $911 donation.
So the same like.
So he's going to want to come talk to us. I just wanted to kind of get out front of it. If you guys wanted to have this conversation, whether they stick around for the voting or not, you know, I mean, if we put that as a presentation on the beginning and put this as the last item on the agenda next time.
Well, you can just do it from information,
You mean them speaking? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We put them as a presentation on the beginning of the thing and put a vote at the end. You can certainly. But if they stick around, I mean, you can. It's your job. You guys got to make uncomfortable decisions sometimes. But I think they wanted to come next time, so that's why I put it on this time to say, hey, let's have this kind of discussion beforehand or whatever.
I'm all for participating in it though.
Yeah.
Mr. Rizzo did it last year.
I did it last. Well, I think we missed it last year, but I did it 2 years
I
before.
had 6 kids last year, but I did sign up for it, so hopefully my kids
I did it
Oh,
once.
that counts. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Does it? Yeah. 6 kids?
I participated
Oh, I thought
one
you
year. but
signed
I
up.
cut my
No,
head.
I had to. I'm always not.
All right.
Now you're retired.
I thought you were saying I signed up, but I didn't make it.
Well, you're retired now, so you can do it. I still have my head.
Oh, it's past your bedtime?
Yeah, that's, I did it one time, and they kept me like till 10 o'clock.
It's for good.
Yeah, I think the invocation being 40 minutes long last
Yeah,
year, the year
exactly.
before was. I mean, you're getting a little too far, too in love with yourself, dude.
All right, council, what do you?
I'm okay with having an informational, obviously, when you have questions.
Okay, and then we'll just roll it back onto the agenda again. And we'll make a decision next time.
This I don't know if this would be the 5th or the 12th.
I think it's the 12th. I think I saw, yeah.
I think it's the 5th, but
Is it?
let's see.
You'll be there with your guys, right? You'll be there with all of us?
Actually, we're trying to do this a little different this year. And we're going to have our council do this as well.
Can we get some football cards? Can we get some HF t-shirts?
Of course.
You know,
Some honeybees all over.
And what?
With some pictures of honeybees all over the fire department.
no, it is the 12th. It is the 12th.
They're African.
It's on here. It is the
I
12th.
thought it was a
It is the 12th.
Actually, we're this year thinking of having our guy, well, some will walk the stairs, some will walk the track. But our ladder truck flag that we have, we're gonna be holding it up, walking the track.
So I was real smart. Last time I did it, I had my knee drained about a week before, and then I just went ahead and walked the stairs. But it was, I lived. Just was a little sore the next
It's
day.
a good event. It's a really good
Yeah.
event.
Okay,
So on this item, we'll need to table, so we do need a motion and, right? and-
you can just tell me to table. We'll just table it.
Okay. Just table it for
Yeah,
next.
table it.
Okay. So we'll go to the last item under new business is discussion related action to appoint a representative to the Imperial County Data Center Advisory Committee. City clerk, you bet.
Can I get a point clarification? I'm on that list, but
Compensated position, isn't it?
I don't think so.
No. This is like a committee appointment. It's like a regular committee appointment, really.
Probably for
Just in case.
transparency and abundance of caution, we probably should not participate in these things.
Stay.
Yeah, I don't.
Just be moved, I could be moved something.
No, you'd be muted.
Okay. So I was reached out to by the clerk of the board, requesting an appointment to the Imperial County Data Center Advisory Committee. They had 2 applications that they received. And then whoever you select will basically just be on a committee, advising the Board of Supervisors on data center development in unincorporated areas. So you have the applications if you would like to make an appointment.
Who are the 2 candidates?
The 2 candidates, one,
My good self.
your very own council member, Mike Goodsell, and
Marie Coolin ends.
Mhm.
So,
that's how you say that, cool.
I've known her since she was born.
So they just handed these over to us to make a decision who we want to represent.
I'm not gonna say I know too much on it, they just reached out to me and
Sounds like it's an ad hoc committee created by the board of supervisors, and you have the discretion to appoint whoever you want, consistent with the regular appointments you make on an annual basis.
That committee,
Anybody from the city of Holtville.
that committee does have, it's gonna consist of 19 members, so it does list on there in the resolution that they provided from the Board of Supervisors, so all the cities and then different groups of
But
interest.
the last word is still with the county supervisor, right, on this election?
Well, it looks like they're asking for a
They'll
designation
take our
from
designation.
each of the separate cities.
There's a piece of this that needs to be. It just kind of came to me kind of word of mouth that we needed to, apply or have an applicant. And then it was like, oh yeah, we need somebody the applications are due by Friday, and that was Wednesday or something. Like, okay. So I knew that Mr. Goodsell was going to apply. So I was like, okay, fine. And I thought that was all there was to it. Well, then it comes out later, oh no, now you guys have to appoint the person. And in that discussion, I heard that somebody else from Holtville had applied. So I haven't had any discussions with Marie. I don't know what her angle is on it or whatever. Obviously, you all know we've had some discussions with Mr. Goodsell, so we kind of know where he's coming from on it.
So she may not even know that we're making this decision today? Or was she?
Well, if she's paying attention to her city media and watching the city council agenda meetings. But then it was like, yeah, that came down last week. Like they sent me a note, like you guys haven't told us who your appointment is yet, and I'm like, I wasn't aware that we had to do it.
So I had got this email that they asked for the appointment Monday. I think it was at our last meeting, the 13th. So it was too late to bring it to you guys at that one. They sent it to me that day.
Marie doesn't live in the city. So does that make a difference on appointment?
I don't know that it does, but in this case,
That's one of the questions.
Because it just says, which will you represent?
I don't know that it does, but
I wish Marie would have came to like introduce herself. I do know Mr. Goodsell, and I'm comfortable with appointing him.
Do you know his references?
I know his references.
do we have anybody in the audience that can? Oh wait, she left.
She left.
She left
She
before
leave?
she had to verify.
Oh yeah, that's.
She was
So
the
that,
reference.
so that's your
Motion?
motion?
I'm gonna make a motion to appoint Mike Michael Alva Goodsell to the Data Center Advisory Committee for the county.
So we have a motion to nominate Mr. Goodsell. Do we have a second? I'll second. Roll call vote?
Mike Goodsell would
Abstains.
abstain, right?
He's on mute.
Murray Anderson,
He's on move.
Okay.
Yes.
Vanessa Reyes,
Yes.
and Mike Pacheco.
Yes. Fantastic. Thank you for your support. I hope it's just as exciting as the work we do tomorrow. All right, on information only, we have none, and then we have our staff reports, and we'll start off with city manager, Mr. Wells.
Yeah, just real quick, couple of quick things. I highlighted the QuizCom reps will be in town for the council meeting tonight, so just
Are
let
they
you
still
know.
here?
I just also a quick update. The Pine Avenue sidewalk project. We got our E76 from Caltrans, which means that we can proceed with bidding and all that good stuff. So that'll be brought to you fairly quickly. There were still some design things that were getting kind of finalized, and then we'll be ready to roll. And just to keep you up to date, the Site Logic projects with solar both at the water plant and the wastewater plant. The water plant is basically done. The wastewater plant, they kind of started, and they're going out there. So those things have kind of cycled through. So, you got any questions? Or did I answer? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got a question, but the urban greening grant application is mentioned in two different places. And one
Yes.
place is called unsuccessful, and then on the trail, it's, does adequate and move on to the next round of consideration.
Two applications, one failed and one was accepted.
Do we have an update on the tractor? Why can't I think of the
The
word?
lawnmower?
The lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
Thank you.
No, I've told Chavez, hey, you want this, the council asked for additional information, I need it from you. And he
I
hasn't
would pay for
provided it.
those, I'm sure the guys in the sunset, they're struggling to cut the grass,
Yeah.
and it's getting, well, they want it, but it's getting cut.
Well, it's working right now. The problem is that we're spending about what we were gonna buy the new tractor for in every 2 years to repair that thing, so.
Yeah, maybe we can have it out next week.
I'll keep
We're waiting for
pumping.
information from him.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Nick, and then thank you for, the weeds that were growing along the sidewalk there on the action deal. That got taken care of, the residents were happy.
So we notified the county to abate, or someone notified county fire to see if they can abate. But I told Chavez if it's encroaching on the sidewalk, that's our sidewalk, so you can at least cut back the stuff that's
So did,
encroaching on the sidewalk.
the homeowner did it, or we did it?
We did. Just to clear,
Any other questions for Mr. Wells? I'll go Mr. Silver.
Nothing else?
All right, items for future meetings.
no, that-
Lawnmower, hopefully.
So this isn't an item for future meetings, but maybe just sending this out email about the training that you can have from Halifax and everybody else.
I think most of you guys are going.
It's in house.
It's in Calabash.
I don't know what that
Oh, well, you can bear it up.
is. I'm gonna-
You don't know where it's at.
I just wanted to.
Put on GPS.
No, I know, no.
Oh.
She said if we didn't do the count, that would go online, so have it online.
I was trying to have her make that more clear, but I'm gonna be out of town, that's all I was out no matter what.
For some reason, I noticed that the location is up for discussion, I just kind of assumed it would be.
I assumed it was gonna be in Calapat because ILG was putting together for Calapat, so.
I'll do that.
That's it. Okay, we're adjourned. Thank you.
And we're gonna have a post session if anybody wants to stick around and talk to this down. Hey Silva, can you get, you guys